Okay. So from the dashboard and create new report, and these are the actually out of the box reports available to you. And you can click any random, and you will see there is a small preview table available to you that shows you that what kind of what format this report already has it, and you can also create custom that we'll learn later. So click on contact and accounts. Contacts and accounts, second one, and say create. So this is like a report available with the default columns or default fields. We can play around, we can add or remove all the fields or a handful of fields. So the focus or the major, so if you under show, where it says my contacts, if you click the down arrow key there.
Could you repeat that again, ma'am?
Up, show, yeah. Okay. Click on that. So here you see that the my contacts, my accounts. So basically, this report is created from the two objects, accounts and contacts. So that's why you see my contacts, my accounts, my account team. And so basically, what it is that for a sales representative, some data they own, some data they own as a part of the team, and if you are a manager, you have multiple sales reps, you can see my team accounts. So that means you will see the data from multiple people. And if you say all accounts, that means whatever you have access based upon your profile or based upon your the field level security. So for all these securities, whatever you have access to. So three things: one is a my, second is a team, third is all. So that's where we have to pay attention when we need to create a report. This is the first thing to learn. Second, you can click on all accounts. Second is the date field under the show, right? So date field is a when the records were created, when they were modified, when the last touched. All these things are the criteria, and then you have a range. Custom range, you have a choice of picking date, month, but all time means howsoever old the database is available to you, and custom is obviously you can pick the range as per your choice. If you click on that again, so if you see the current FY, that's the fiscal year. So organizations, they may have the fiscal year different than the calendar year. So that's where they define, actually this can be defined based upon the organization. And also there are fiscal quarter, fiscal week, fiscal month. Actually month is period in this case. They call it period. Fiscal period is fiscal month. And then there are calendar time. So if you go down, there is a calendar year. It says CY, 2 years. So these are all different choices we have. And we also have the last 7 days, last 30 days, last 90 days, and so forth. And the next days are for the forecasting. We need the next 30 days. So basically, when sales reps they enter the lead, if you remember that we have to put when it's going to be closing, right? So that's a forecast. So basically, if you say it's going to be closing in next 30 days, and if you're creating a forecast for next quarter, the 30 days will fall under that quarter, or may not be actually. So based upon that, you can create the reports. These are like basic things you have to remember when creating the report. So what kind of data you want to see from just for your team or just for yourself or for everybody. Second is what kind of date range you want to pick. And third is that if you want to pick the data when it was touched, modified, created, and so forth. Any question on this? Okay. Then third part is the filter. So if you go up at the filter and click the down arrow, so these are the field filter. That's the number one. That means if you have like you can pick criteria based upon first name equals John, for example, last name. So pick all the ranges. So basically it's just like a query you are running that I want all the contacts with the last name John. So that's where you say filter. If you say add, not allowing you.
No.
That's interesting. Go under say all contacts instead of accounts. No, that was right actually. Okay. Yeah. If you say okay, contact owner equals or contact owner contains. So you have all the. I mean, we are not really focusing on the data set at this point. We are basically learning that what all is available to us, right? Okay. You have to say all policies instead of my contacts. If you say all contacts, do cancel here.
How do I remove a filter?
Yeah. So say cancel here and go. There is a remove here. You could edit or remove. In show, you have said my contacts. If you change it to all contacts, go up. Yeah. You're saying all accounts. Okay, that's fine. Because the counts is the first object. We'll learn this in a minute. Okay, that's fine.
We don't have anything called all.
Yeah, I understand that because the way we organize, I'll show it in a minute.
Yeah.
Why we don't see all accounts is why we see all accounts and not all contacts.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, we are trying to see that all accounts created all times. And if you say last name, how come last name is San Jose? Something is not right here. Okay. If you say filter and last name contains K or equals K, we should see some. So owner. And if you say run report, you will see the actual data. This is just a preview of the data. Okay, so we truly had just one. Okay. Click on customize. So that brings you back. If we can remove the filter. Click on under the data field, sorry, the date field. Yeah, okay. No, click on filter, sorry, I was going to go over. Okay, so click on down arrow and click on, scroll down, keep scrolling down. So go further down. So here you see the contact. So basically, if you wait for a minute here, so it says contact address. So basically, this report is of the two objects. If you see, there it says unsaved report, and right on the top it says report type, contact, and accounts. So basically, it has all the fields or all the fields which we have selected from the two objects, contact and accounts. So you can cancel from here. I can show you from the left side. That's all. You can see cancel from here on the filter. Okay. So scroll down on the left bar. Yeah. So see the first is the contact. If you go up, maybe you can compress the contact general. Yeah. And then you have contact address. Yeah. Minimize all of them. We can learn a little bit here and then. Okay, so here you see that they have categorized, but when you create the new custom report, not necessarily you categorize the way they have done it, but this is how you see the contact, all the fields under contact and all the fields under accounts are available for you to create a report from. So click on contact custom info, expand that. So if you double click on language, that brings you at the very end, far end, if you scroll to the right. So if you double click on a field, that becomes the field in the report at the very far end, towards the right. Yeah, you can play around. You can move them in or out. So let's create one report and then go over it. Trying to find. There it says, if you click on there it says remove all columns. Click on remove all columns. So basically, this is a bare report we are trying to create now from. So now if you keep expanding from the left and pick the fields you think are relevant for your report purpose. So maybe we want to create a report, all contacts. I'm trying to create a scenario where we have all contacts part of each, all contacts should be part of the account. So basically, we should not have any account not part of any. Sorry, the other way around. So contact has to have an association with an account. So for that, we would say contact general, expand that. Get the first name, last name. Get the contact owner. Go down. Department, contact ID. Okay, now let's go down to the accounts, account general, and say account owner, account name, account site. account ID, and account description, probably account created date. Okay, so now if we say save it, far left, the account name, report name. You can give any report name. Click it, save. Don't save it in your personal. Save it outside. Otherwise, the personal you cannot create the graph from the dashboard. So yeah. Okay. So save and run report. So now you have. If you go to the bottom, scroll down. 26 records. So go up and go back to customize. Go to the right. I want to see that when they were created. But they created in a different date. 12, 18, 12, 3, 12, 30. Okay, so let's break it so that they fall under two different or multiple categories or buckets. So how can we do that? 115. So basically, I'm trying to group it so that we can create some charts. From the tabular report, we cannot create the charts, but to create the graphical representation, we have to group them somehow. So what other account name? We can group it by account name. Okay, that's fine. Go left. What is the contact? Is there any contact? This person last. Okay, so let's group it by account name. So where it says preview, next is tabular format, down, left. Yeah. So there are multiple. Let's go over on this for a minute. Tabular is the one which we just saw. Summary is the one where we can summarize or group them, where we want the summarize for only one axis, like x-axis. So if we want to summarize some data just for x-axis, and matrix is that we can summarize the data as x-axis and y-axis. So we'll go over on it in a detail, but that's the theory part of it. And the joint report is when we have to compare the two reports like next to each other. And for example, we have one report and the second report, we have a common field between the two reports, and based upon that, we want to compare the data. So joint report is required just to compare the data. Matrix is the two-way summary, which is x-axis and y-axis, and the summary is just x-axis. Okay, click on summary. So go left. So here it says drop a field to create a grouping, right? So drag the account name to this. Go click on account name and drag it to the bottom. We have account name right on the report. Yeah. So drag it to the down. Yeah. Just up, 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 down. Yeah. No, put it in. Just throw it in the same tab table. I think we lost it. Yeah, drag it down. No, up. where it says hide, right? Yeah, leave it here. So now we have account name, Adobe one record, Audi one record, and so forth. So Edge communication, we have 2 records. And now if we say run report, so this is more readable or easier to read. Then we have to get the data. Let's go back and say customize. And click on add chart. So we have only grouped just by one field. Let's pick the y-axis. Click on y-axis account name. Okay. Okay, just say okay. So now we have the same information but in a graphical presentation. Let's group it a little bit further. What else? How else can we group it? Bring the go right. Bring the create date in the underneath of the next group level. So basically, scroll right. Drag the account create date under where it says hide. Yeah, right here. No, down. Yeah, right here. So now we are grouping with the 2 fields. One is by the account name. Second is the create date. Now if you go back and to the chart, say edit chart, and now you have grouped by the 3rd. You can leave the account name as is. Yeah, here it says create date, and now if you click the second one, the diagram down, yeah, this one, and say okay. So now you see that. So basically, based upon the legend, there are 3 dates and there are 3 different colors, and the accounts were created. So the only thing in this one is if you see the United Oil and Gas, you see 2 different bars, which is not right. Right? So go say edit chart again. I mean it's technically it's okay, but from a viewer point of view, from a business analyst point of view, this is wrong. So click on y-axis and bring it to the create date, and on the group by bring it to the count name. Yeah. So now if you say okay, so now this is more readable, that on which date the accounts were created, and based upon the color you have the different accounts. Click on edit chart again. There is a top right, there is formatting. If you click on the formatting, so it says the legend position, there it says right. Click it to the bottom, and there is a check for enable hover. Yeah. So if you now say okay, and now if you say you can say save, and if you say run report now, So this is the report you created and you have the diagram available to you. Salesforce allows you to share these kind of reports on your chatter. However, for the ease purpose, we create or we display all these reports or the charts on the dashboard. Now go back on click on the dashboard, actually Pro Plus and say dashboard again. Go up, there's a plus sign. I think you have to bring somehow the dashboard tab to you. That you can do. Customize my tab. Okay, that's fine. Bring the dashboard here. Okay, so click on dashboard and now say new dashboard. So the first is the component, which is the diagram type. Second is the data source. So click on the very first chart, drag it to the table here, and where it says medium, down arrow key, make it to the wide. Now go back left and say click on data sources, and now click on reports and find that report, unfiled. Yeah. Drag it. Yeah. Leave it here. Now if you see the wrench at the right, click on the wrench on right, up, yeah, click on wrench. And there is it says use chart as defined in a Salesforce report.
Just a second. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, concern, I'm back.
Yeah, so click on the check on the use chart as a go up at the very corner and say OK. Okay, so now if you can save it. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. If you can open a new tab and open a dashboard over there. Okay, so this is the dashboard you see over there, but you don't know what is it talking about. So basically you have to add some contents or title to it so that you know that what is it. It's easier to share. Go back on dashboard and there it says edit header, edit title, down. Go up. Yeah, edit header, edit title. So you can describe what it is about and any other. You can say accounts and contacts. Yeah. And title you can say created on or created by date. And you can save it. refresh it here. You can also add the footer also. So yeah, however you enabled it. So as soon as you bring your cursor on it, it will tell you that the exact count as well. You could actually show the count also if you go back on your report. If from the dashboard, go the next tab. Yeah, click on it. Click will take you to the report, and if you say customize or edit, go customize and edit chart. Formatting. X6 range. This is the place where you can see the value. Actually, you can also put a chart title here as well. That will show within the chart. If you type something here, you will see that on the chart. So go back on edit chart and go on the chart data. One chart. I'm surprised that. Okay, that's fine. Because this is a part of the. Okay, so this is where we created the chart within the report. You can say okay. And save it. Go back on the dashboard. So first one we created the report based upon the graph from the report as is. Let's create on the second column a new chart from the same report. So instead of the first one, drag the second diagram. Yeah, the component, the second one, here, and go back on the data source. Bring the same report. And make it wide. So now you have no, we are not doing that. We are creating a new report from the same new diagram from the same report differently. So basically, you can have as many charts from the same report on the dashboard,
But,
right?
It was on the bench menu, right, to make it wide.
Yeah. So go say component data.
Oh, sorry, it was in format.
Yeah. So if you do x-axis, y-axis, yeah, so the x-axis. You can do the same, or actually this is we are doing it because we have very basic report. That's why we don't have much to play around with. But let's go through that. Pick this middle one. Pick the middle one. Yeah. So if you say on it says plot additional value. You can also click and this says use second axis. We are actually playing for the sake of seeing the behavior, but based upon the business reasons, we see values for each and every component. Go on that formatting. So it says a data label. This is show detail on hover. Click on that. So say OK.
But I'm still not able to make this online.
Now go up. Yeah. So it's basically the same information but differently presented. We can create pie chart. We can create tabular as is. Okay. Let's go on the third one. Go to the component. Let's drag a table. Yeah, drag the table. The third one. And now data source, pick the same. Okay. So here, if you click on wrench, so all it picked up is a group, account, create date, and record count. If you go click on says component data, click on record date. No, that's not. Go back on formatting. Here it says customize table. So that's where we can pick based upon our choice of column. So this is account created, that's the group, record count. You could do create date or account name. You can have at the most. Oh, the user may not have access to the data. Okay. Actually, this table, it's defeating the purpose because you have the duplicate information. See here the account date 2 times, account name and account record count. Yeah, this is better. Yeah. And if you go scroll down, so you can actually define the number. If the value is more than 2, you can say red, more than 4, you say put the value 4 here, put the value 2, no, that's not right. Yeah, 4. Okay, yeah, the 4 is green. Okay, so now say okay. So it's basically the same information, but you have presented differently. Now let's say save. And if you go on your dashboard, go on your, click on home and dashboard. Not the setup, my proof. Okay. Okay. The title you added on the chart is showing up at your left. Account created date. The title, the left, vertically.
Yes.
So you can play around with that. So this is like a basic report and dashboard. So dashboard was like a fun part. There are more things to learn, but this is like a real basic. And now let's go back on report, because there is much more on the report side. This is once you have the report ready, then you can present data differently on the dashboard. So one thing before we actually head out from this dashboard component, if you see at your left, no, go back on the other tab. There you see view dashboard as, that's your name, right?
Right.
Okay. So this basically you have created a dashboard. Anytime anybody would see, they will see as you. You have a choice of putting the same charts, but by somebody else. So if you change, if you have any other user there, click on that. Instead of your name, no, put it under that bar where it says a view. View dashboard as, right corner. Yeah. If you have any other user, no, we'll learn that in a minute. But if you have any other user, you can type. Okay. So now we will see the same information based upon the data of this particular user. If let's see how much access this particular user has. Okay. So now if you save this, everybody will see the same dashboard. If you now go back and say refresh. So the data set might change depending upon the access.
Right.
Now go back again on the dashboard. So now go back again on the down arrow where it says view defined, view dashboard. Okay, now we can learn on this one. It says run specific user or run as logged in user. If you click on run as logged in user and click on let authorized usage change running user, and if you say okay here and save it, now go refresh over there. Oh, because you cannot save it under my personal now because it's becoming public.
No. Okay.
You have to create a new folder. Okay, cancel from here. So I can give you the information, and then you can create a new folder and save the same dashboard over there.
Okay.
Okay. So if you go there, if you have the setup the way we were trying, so basically, if I'm logged on, I would see my data set. If you would log on, you would see your data set by default.
Right.
That's what it meant. So that's basically it's called dynamic dashboards.
Right.
So dynamic dashboard means that whosoever logs in, they see the data based upon their access. So the way you have it right now, it's more like a static data, and the way the other one is the dynamic, which whosoever logs on, they don't really have to do anything; they just see their data.
Okay, that is if we do this run as a logged-in user. And
that's right.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Okay.
But when you want that at a whole picture, that is not don't want it as per a particular user.
Can you repeat your question? I didn't get your question right.
When we don't want based on a particular user. Say, for example, I am logged in and it's showing me data based on my authority as a work. But say at a manager level, I don't want, because somebody else will be creating a report that might be a little lower definitely level.
So the advantages and disadvantages is, if you have a static data, for example, system administrator who has access to all data,
Right.
creates the dashboard.
Right.
It has no value to the Western region because they are focused on their data. They don't care whatever data is listed.
Exactly right.
So that's where this becomes handy.
Yeah. So this is useful when if you want to do it like department wise, right? Or,
right.
Your silos are created. So one particular department will get to see only their dashboard. But if say the person is heading 2 or 3 dashboards, so automatically when he logs in, he would see a combine of all 3 departments.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Based upon the access. If I have access to 3 geographic regions, for example, Europe, EMEA, and Asia Pacific, so I'll see all 3 together.
Right.
And if you have access to probably just the America, you'll see just America data. Okay. It's also useful when the managers, as basically the grouping. Okay, so there is on the dashboard actually just one part is left which says add filter here, but that's like advanced feature. We would want to cover reports first and then we'll learn that. Okay. So go back on the report. So let's now see that what is underneath of the report. Go in setup, not a dashboard. On under your name, setup, and at the left side, customize. No, sorry, so create report types. Okay, they continue. Looks like you guys created some report types.
I don't remember when.
Okay. Okay. So click on new custom report type. So this is basically we create the report when we have the custom application or custom object.
Right.
So click on the primary object. This is select. Let's go deal registration. That's an object, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give any random name. You can say in other reports and say deployed and go next. So we have the first primary object is the deal registration. Click to, okay, so now we are going to add a second object here. Under it says click to relate another object. So down arrow, Let's see what other objects are available for us. Okay. Go previous. That's not a good. We won't be able to create good reports out of this. Go previous. Yeah, close it. Go previous. No, there's a button called previous. Yeah, we're not doing the registration. Let's do something else. Go create user. Start from the user. We'll have some grids to play with. User and so let's say chatter, but you don't have data. Okay, that's fine. Go lead owner. I'm sure that these reports would already be available. Let's do for the sake of creating it. Okay, now let's pick the deal registration. Okay, so let's hold on this screen for a second. So if you look at this diagram here, the circles, right? So now actually, if we pick this particular diagram, that means we are picking the data only from the shaded area. So basically, this will filter the data which all the users who are the lead owners and have deal registration data. Whereas if you click on the left side, instead of the first one, each A record must have at least one record B. Click on the second one, A record may or may not have the B. So now we are saying all users, doesn't matter if they are part of any. So go up, let's click on back on A, and here let's say B. Okay, that's fine. No, that's so sorry, the B. So here we are saying that all users which must have the leads or may not have the lead registration.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's go previous, and you might want to give the right information. So let's say users, lead, and deal registration. Who have leads. Report type, because it's going to be visible, you might want to give the appropriate name, otherwise you'll confuse. You can say user lead deal reg. That should autofill, right? Okay, once this save. Okay, so if you click on the edit layout here, scroll down. Now each particular shaded table is showing you the fields from each object. So we have 3 objects, and these are the fields from each object. Is the default part of it. Now we have a choice of adding or removing the fields in the report. So if you go under where it says view on the right side, yeah, user field. So you have 3 objects and you have 3 different variables. And there's something called, it says add field right underneath of user field. It says add fields related via lookup. Go down. Right underneath of user field. Yeah. So now if you say click on contact. So these are the additional fields. If you want from any other object, you can drag them. Okay, let's do cancel for now. And close it and go to the report. Let's create a new report, and then we create a scenario where we would be forced to add a different. That's fine. It's saved already. So you have to go to reports now. You can go on the dashboard. Okay. Go on new report. Create. So the custom report, they do not have any preview. The small table, as the out of the box reports, they have like a fancy table sample. Custom reports they don't. Okay. No, that's not right. So if you see, it says a chatter adoption stage. Is that not, that's not your criteria. You want to say last login? You don't care about last login. Maybe you want to say created, user created. In fact, user create, you don't care when the user was created. We are creating a report that how many deal registration was created this quarter, for example, or how many leads were created this example. Okay, so let's go lead created. Yeah, all times. Okay, so these are basically all leads from all range. If we do run report, let's see how many leads do we have actually. Do we have data? Okay, we have some data. Okay, go customers. Remove all columns. We'll add columns based on our choice. Okay, so we want the user full name. Okay, we want the user city, country, geo, not the department. You can drag it back. Yeah. drop it. Looking for geo. Okay, opportunity probably becomes the geo. Okay, that's fine. If you type under quick find the geo, GEO, let's see what you get. Should have geography. Interesting. Okay. I thought lead had the geo, but maybe not. Opportunity has the geography. So that means we have to add the geo to this report now. Okay. So hold on that thought. So let's add more columns, and we will add the geo part in this report then later. Okay. So we have the user information now. Minimize the user, and let's add some lead. So lead company, country, created by full name should be same ideally, which is not right. Okay. Email, and if there is any fax number, phone number. Okay.
And sales region.
Okay, sales region.
Instead of geography.
No, geography is a field, unless it doesn't come out of the box. Okay. So go down. Now let's say deal reg ID. Deal decision name, status. Okay, that's enough. So let's save it. Okay. What happened? I thought you were doing wrong report. Okay. Okay, so this is the report we have. I'm sure you can add the charts and all the fancy stuff, but that later. Let's add the custom field to that. Click on the setup, create report type. Click on that, edit. No, so cancel, sorry. Click on that report. Okay, go button below, say edit layout. Click on add field, add fields related via lookup. Go under contacts and let's see if there is any geography.
No.
To cancel here. So click on that again. All add fields. Look up again. Click under where else can you? Click on the profile. I don't think profile should have geography. Click on that. Let's see if it does. Because I know opportunity has it, but we didn't add the opportunity. Okay, let's create a new report and see that if we have it at the first place. So go click on the dashboard, create a new report. Yeah, dashboard. Under opportunity, the first one. Click on under quick find, type geo. Okay, so it doesn't come by default. It's not part of the. You have to
I
add
think
it.
it has to be a custom field.
Okay, looks like that. Okay, but you know how to add if we have to new field. This is how we. If there is a new field which is not available out of the box from the object, if you click on the custom report, the next tab, it will work.
Where custom reports.
Yeah. Go back on the next tab. Custom report. The next tab on the browser.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So under the layout, edit layout.
Right. Okay.
So this is where we can add more fields. So this was the if you under view, this was the lookup field from the user, and if you click on let's say lead, and now if you say click on lookup, add fields from lookup, so you have now choices of all these. You can add whatever field you are missing.
Right.
Okay. So you know how to create a new report, report type.
Right.
So basically from the object, create a new report type, and if you have to add the field. So if you go back on the report, so we learn, click on the tabular format. We learn the summary. If you click on the matrix, so you can drag drop the field from the x-axis and to the y-axis. This is how basically you are creating a full table. Yeah. So this is you can rearrange the data. If you click on the date field and pick some valid, let's say create date, and say all, range all. So basically all opportunities created this. If you say run report, okay. So this was the matrix, and you have a choice of, if you go up, it says the export details. You can also export the report in the Excel format yourself. But export is always the tabular, like a plane. There is no default grouping or pivot done.
So even if it is a matrix report that you generated, it won't come out as a matrix report in Excel, is it?
No, Excel will have the flat table report.
Okay.
The grouping part you lose as soon as you export it to Excel.
Okay.
Not grouped. So hope this is enough for the basics, and then we can touch the more things if you want to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow is it in the morning or in the evening?
Let's keep it in the evening. This time is okay for you, both of you?
Yeah, that is fine.
Yeah, this time is okay. 7 to 8 is okay.
Tomorrow morning is fine for me. Evening I have some other class to attend.
In the evening?
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we do it on Thursday evening?
Yeah, Thursday evening is fine.
That gives you little time to clear also.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll meet on Thursday 7 p.m.
Okay. Can you upload this for us?
Yeah, as soon as it will become available, I'll upload it.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Okay.